Good afternoon everybody and a very warm welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in New Zealand, wonderful New Zealand. Always nice to fly around here in the new FlightFX slash Marwan Gharib made HJet, which released yesterday for Microsoft Flight Simulator inside the MSFS marketplace. It's at $24.99 US, and those of you who didn't see yesterday, I did a video on the channel that went live as a bit of a first look and a preview of the aeroplane. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. It looks pretty cool. It's a very quirky design as well from Honda. Created in the States, but of course Honda is a Japanese company as well. Engines are Honda made too. And it's a very cool little BizJet. It's a lightweight aircraft, a very lightweight aircraft category. Capable of flying at really slow speeds, but also with a true airspeed over 400 knots and a ceiling of over, I think it's 43,000 feet roughly. Today's route, very similar to that of the the preview from yesterday. We're heading out of beautiful Flightbeam Studios Wellington scenery, some of the finest, and we're heading down to NZA Simulation's Mount Cook Airport, right in the mountains, nestled away with a very tricky visual approach be made as well. Great to have you here, Ryan. Hello to you, welcome. Please do hit the like and the subscribe buttons down below if you've not done so already. Appreciate this is a bit of a last minute live stream as well, rather unplanned. So those of you who have joined us, welcome. Christopher, how the heck do these engines stay on the plane? Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Look at this design. If you've not noticed already as well, I might have tweaked this pearlescent livery. Don't know if you could tell what I've done, but we're obviously flying Osprey today, so a little bit of a wet lease with this purple or sort of pearlescent pearl livery. Added the relevant tags onto the aeroplane as well. It's got an interior, custom sounds. It's got the Garmin 3000 flight deck environment on board and Navigraph integration too. Jeff, welcome. Been looking forward to the plane. Have you tried the working title CJ4 as well? I have, yes, but not for a very long time. Not a massive fan of BizJets myself. Much prefer tube liners, but this is great fun. Doc, indeed. You were worried about the lack of Osprey, so I've made it work. I hope it's a suitable equivalent for you. Really cool, isn't it? Very cool aeroplane. Automatic lights. Yeah, Osprey Executive today. Or Christopher as well as an alternate option there. British Av Luxury. There's the Navigraph charts integrated. And we've got all sorts of cabin warnings here for cabin door unsafe, back door unsafe, and all that sort of stuff. So, don't scroll that. Collapse the wheels before we start. Good grief. Right. Flight plan. So this is our flight plan for today. We're going to head out of Wellington up to SABDA. I might clear this for the time being. Remove the VNAV alt. And we want procedures. So departure out of Wellington. We want to select Pollack 5 Papa departure, runway 34, transition via SABDA. You can preview it on the screen as well. We can also show the chart for it if we wish. Look at that. Bing. Or we can ask it to show it on the map and it will display the departure routing for us as well. And we can see the sequence for the departure too. So we can load it in. Happy days. Preview off. That's what that looks like. And arrivals into Mount Cook, we don't really have an option really, but we do have the option of selecting runway 31. But there is nothing else for us to select, sadly. Matthew, good morning to you. Welcome. Congratulations on the move to the Twin Isles, the big boys. I assume you're very excited. Certainly a big change, isn't it? You've gone from RJs. Oops. What have we got here? Desynchronized flight plan because we've got a double SABDA. So we're going to click here. We're going to remove the waypoint like so. Having a little look at Navigraph. We can see Pollack's over 3,000, so if we come up a little bit here, Pollack's above 3,000. Or keep it simple for this. So then we can probably say Larrock's 5,000, Jonah 8-ish, SABDA at least above 10, so we'll put 10,000 at SABDA. And then we'll leave Anola as a bit of a gap there as well. We put RY for an altitude of 5,000 feet. Because we want to be around about 5,000 feet there. It's going to give us 3,000 feet above ground level then, as we make our way into Mount Cook for the mountains. And then it sort of does all of the stuff for us then for the VNAV. It will give us an element of VNAV anyway. 122.8. And we can transfer that across. Aircraft systems. Exterior lights, we've got on norm. You can select them on if you wish, but it will pretty much deal with it automatically for you. Cockpit overhead, so if you want a bit of interior lighting you can, and again, put the pilot footwell lights on. Seatbelt signs, no smoking signs, and you can fiddle around with the cabin temperature and the cockpit temperature. Then what we want to do is, where is it? Perf. Weight and fuel. So we've already added this in via the aeroplane. I've gone for category B dock, yes. So what we can do is hit get from sim, and it said, right, okay, well, crew and stores £340, payload roughly £150 per person. Let's add that in from the sim, and the same again for fuel. Automatically drops it in. We can click next if we want to, and it'll take us to our V speeds. So we can again just get it from the sim, and then hit. If we want to add it to the primary flight display in the speed tape, just hit all on, and then we've got our V flags there as well. Like so. Then the VNAV, we can show the VSD if we want to. And it will give us our little vertical situation display, or whatever it's called. And then in sim options, this is where we sort of do all of the magic, if you like, setting the weights and everything. So there's our payload. And what we can do is close the doors and everything like that. So I think it's 0. Nope, it's number 9. Number 2. Close the door. Cosmo, good morning. Make sure I pulled my flight plan in here from, no, there we go, the pilot. It's important. Cargo door and front cargo door can be closed now as well. And there's your Navigraph integration. So you just go into the utility settings and you link your Navigraph subscription across, and then you can get your charts on board the aeroplane, which is very, very smart indeed. You can change your units here as well. So we've changed to kilograms, kept it on Celsius, feet and nautical miles, knots. And we've left the nav angle on magnetic as well, but you can set other systems if you want to. And if we want to, we can bring up the checklist. So battery on, oxygen checked to norm. We can click through to tick them off. Pressurization is set to norm. We need our weather data here. So METAR NZWN. Winds 360 at 23, gusting 35 at the moment apparently. Good grief. 4,200 meters visibility, showers and rain, few clouds 2,300. Scattered 3,100, broken 4,100. UNH 9095 hectopascals. We need to change this as well as PFD settings, other PFD settings, altitude units. What did I say it was? 9095. There we go, 995. The only thing is I can't change the barrow here from HPA, and that's one thing that I find quite frustrating. Wojtek, welcome. Hello, buddy. Hope you're okay. No, in answer to your question. Let's switch that across. It's 2939er. Very low pressure. There we go. Check the data. They both match. What else? Electrical. On a norm down the bottom here. ELT's on norm and nose wheel steering is on norm, landing gears down. Alternate gear release handle is stowed, parking brake is set. There we go. Flaps are up. Throttle levers in the cutoff position and speed brake is in ret. Ice protection norm and off. We don't need anti-ice at the moment, so that is off, and the rest are on norm. Fuel panel is norm as well. That was down there below us. Trim panels checked, set, and norm. Norm. Lovely stuff. Windshield heat panel is norm as well. Pneumatic panel's norm. Glare shield panel is dark. Chime, normal dark. And avionics initialization is complete. So next page. Starting engines. Passenger briefing is completed. We do that really whenever we want. Rudder pedals adjusted. Seatbelts adjusted. Secure doors closed and locked. Let's smash through these. Park brake is set. CAS messages review. That's all engine related. And engine start. So for the selected engine that we want, start whichever one we want at the moment. There's the ground power unit, interestingly, and here comes the rain. Can use external power if you want.
Landing here.
Oops. Blick spots. Whoopsie. East Coast Canadian, hello. It's very tiny yoke, isn't it? Very cool. Metal's pretty horrific. Okay, so let's start engine 2. A little bit of spooling up. This guy's got a death wish. And then we'll bring that up into sort of fuel run area, if you like. We'll keep it simple. It's very, very simple. Designed to basically work with one aircraft. That's automatically gone away now, the ground power. And you'll notice the beacon lights have automatically switched on as well for us. How cool does it sound? Great bit of fun. And before, you know, just like that, everything's already started. So engine 1 now. Done. Minus that. Flaps to landing. There's the interior noises this time. Engine instruments all green down the middle there, you can see, and ITT stable now for engine 1 as well. Everything looks pretty equal as well, which is nice. External power disconnected, flight controls free and correct. So for the yoke animation, there we go. And what this does, as always, is it gives the sim an opportunity to make sure that all the controls are calibrated for our flight today, especially the rudder pedals, which often I find extremely sensitive on board the aeroplanes in the sim. And then before taxi, checklist, wing anti-ice as required, transponder code is entered, we're on 2000. We're going to whack it onto alt anyway, because we're going to get straight onto the runway. Flight ID confirmed, and nav source is set, so we want to make sure that is on. Let's put wind on here, option 1. There we go, let's do that one. Nice visual, easy to see unit. Active nav to FMS. Flap set takeoff, speed brake checked, then RET. So, what that looks like from the outside. Wow, the sun is crazy. Look at that pearlescent paint now starting to kick through. It looks pretty cool. This is one of the default paints, default liveries included with the aircraft, but obviously I've tweaked it with a little bit of Osprey magic. Here's the speed brake, very BAE 146. Boink, out the booty. These guys are just walking around, getting in the way of everything. Look at that, it's a beautiful model, isn't it? Very cool indeed. Sounds nice, very dinky. Right, next, speed brake set. That is RET now. Cabin signs as required, pipe brake release. Cool. Taxi lights, brakes, nose wheel steering, flight instruments, we'll check those. And before takeoff checks. Navigation set, flight guidance set. Hold data confirmed. Where is it? Checklists up. There's the traffic settings. And we'll bring that up with the flight plan. In fact, we don't want that. Back to the map. I'm going to press that just to sync in with the runway heading. And the runway heading is 340 degrees. There we go, that's set. Wellington traffic, Osprey 165 on the western apron, taxi to hold point, Mike Fife by the apron. There's the hold point. Where's the wigwags as well? And we'll smash through this. We'll do a little right turn. And a little left turn. We're going to select VNav. It's not going to let us, I don't think, just yet. That's fine. We'll also arm nav mode. Want the flight directors on as well. Mr. 737NG, welcome shots. Hello, buddy. Rightio. Nice break in the weather for sunrise. We've changed the time, obviously. It's very late in the evening in New Zealand at the moment. We are going to commit to a runway crossing, I think, and then head down the other side. Wellington traffic, Osprey 165 crossing runway 34 on Mike 5. Little dinky jet. Great bit of fun. So this is only available on the MSFS marketplace, and you guys know I'm not a massive fan of that at the best of times, to be totally honest with you. But it is the only place that you can purchase this aircraft at the moment. There's no other websites or anything that it is linked to currently, which is a little bit of a shame. I'd like to see it maybe hosted on a website like Contrail. Yeah, it's actually holding a lot of people back from purchasing it, Shuts. Funny you say that. It's a difficult one, because if I'd not had it sent to me as a press copy as an external package, I probably wouldn't have it, because of the marketplace integration. I've never been a fan of the marketplace. Runway vacated, Wellington traffic. Kind of pointless, really, making some of these announcements, but it is what it is. So we're going to go all the way down to Alpha 11. Christopher says he prefers the marketplace. When I reinstall MSFS, it's going to be hell to find all the third-party stuff I bought from the umpteen different markets. Yeah, that is one of the big benefits, I guess. Sounds really good, Matthew, doesn't it? Very cool little drones of the engines. Polex 5 Papa departure then, folks, is fly runway heading 340 degrees to Polex, and above 3,000 feet then, with a left turn, max 250 knots until the turn is complete. Then heading south to Larox, Jonah, then the SABDA transition, and away we go towards the South Island. Darren, how much does it cost? It is just $24.99 US, so about £20 UK money, which is rather reasonable, bearing in mind you know, what we're getting for the aeroplane. This particular version that we're looking at today is the update that is releasing tomorrow. Good grief, look at that windsock. I've not flown this. This is the second time I've flown it ever, and the first time I flew it, the conditions were significantly calmer. So who knows what's about to happen here. Takeoff briefing complete. If we lose an engine, we'll just keep probably going runway heading into the water. We won't bother turning, losing the energy. We doubt we can turn back with the terrain over there being in the way. And single runway at Wellington. Unless we're high enough, then we might be able to get back. Radar is on alt. And ice protection as required. I've not flown to Keflavik for a very long time, in fact. Cabin power off. Ooh, good spots. Well done. Check what's behind here. It's all on norm. That's all on as well. Transponder alt. What we can do is we can bring up is it this one? No. It'll be in this one, charts. Departure. Polex 5 Papa. Now we can zoom in like that, so we can just see roughly what we're doing for the takeoff. And we've got everything kind of loaded up here now. Alrighty, let's line up. Wellington traffic, Osprey 165 lining up runway 34, taking off Bollocks 5 Papa departure. Wellington traffic. I did flight yesterday with a couple of pilot error things on departure. We might get takeoff config warning again because I might have missed a step. But I can't remember what exactly else I need to do. Let's use a little bit more of the runway. Sounds wonderful, doesn't it? And the paint is pretty cool. Alrighty, let's move the drone camera round so we can capture some sweet screenshots on takeoff. The lights have just refreshed. Where's my toga burn? There's toga. V1, rotate. What a big crosswind. Little takeoff config warning there, my bad. Wowzers, look at that. That is really bumpy. You know what I forgot as well? Wee-hee. Altitude. Gear up. There goes the dog. It's always at inconvenient times. And away we go. Look at that. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, good grief, dog. Shut up. There we go. Autopilot on. And it's sticking us into a nosedive already. Don't want autopilot on then. Speed mode. $240 for now, that'll do us. And we're going to make sure we're in MCT, which is about there. VNAV. Definitely would have forgotten something. Big PTU doc, yes. Likes to let me know that somebody's at the door. Right, look at that, climbing like an absolute bullet. So we'll keep it going, we'll wind it all the way up to 340 today. Get that speed up. Look how bumpy that is. Wow. It's a very small aeroplane, so we've got to make sure... Oh, we can bring the flaps up as well. I did forget that. Whoopsie. Right, so we've got FMS mode on. We're in vertical speed mode as well. Let's settle into the climb a bit better. Let's go probably 1800 foot per minute or so. And we're still heading northbound at the moment as well. What else have I forgotten? Autopilot's on, the auto damp's on. That's an MCP, flight guidance as required, ice protection as required, cabin signs as required. Let's just bing, 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 bing through those. Gear is up and locks. Climb pressurization checked and altimeters at the transition altitude onto standard. Here's the turn. Jeff, that's a very good question actually. I don't know the answer to it, to be totally honest. Great question though. Right, yeah, the dog is sorted. Look at that bouncing around in the in all of that sort of cloud. And look at the pearlescent paint. Absolutely superb. Dive back in. Hello, speed. Go for 2.8. In fact, we'll do flight level change and we'll stick around MCT. We'll let the aeroplane sort itself out. Look at that bouncing around. If you were flying along here in this little aeroplane, you'd be probably wanting to throw up, wouldn't you? You'd be grabbing the grabbing for the sick bags ASAP. How cool does it look though? Aaron, hello. Member for 2 months. Thanks for the ongoing support. Exciting time to be a flight simmer indeed. Very much so. I mean, this route I did it yesterday for the preview video, or the launch day video that we did with a bit of a review, sharing my thoughts with you guys. But I wanted to do it again, not least because it was a beautiful route. So it's always nice to share it with you guys live. Here's the cabin, by the way. Keep smashing that like button while you're here, folks, as well. And yo, I still haven't found the Easter eggs that they've put into the aeroplane. Oh, I might have just found one. What have we got in here? Is it a toilet? It is. There you go. The Kazi. No flusher. Brilliant. How are we doing on speed? That's looking good. We're over 144, and because the lights are automatic, we can just let it do its thing. Such a cool paint scheme. It's weird looking at the engine pylons because you kind of look at it thinking, how on earth do they even stay on the wings? It's a strange, quirky, rather unique looking aeroplane, that's for sure. Wesley, welcome. We're doing the route that we discussed in the members lounge the other day, albeit a bit last minute. Get rid of the charts. In fact, we could just hit map. We can zoom in. There we are. And there's our little VSD showing us when we're going to get roughly towards top of climb. And it's given us an estimated time around 8 minutes or so away from now as well. What are we? 263 knots. Let's round that up. 265. Anthony, you can go transatlantic on it. It's a long-haul private jet, which is madness. You can bust out as well and get these beautiful wing views. Very, very short, stubby wings as well. I'll get the range for you, bear with me. So Marwan Gharib created this in partnership with FlightFX. Very light jet category. Range of over 1,200 nautical miles, sorry. So where's that going to get you? Maybe Auckland, Queenstown? Well, I think now, off the top of my head, how far that would get you. It can operate on runways less than 3,500 feet. So those of you like myself who like meters, that equates to just 1,066 meters, which is madness. Which is why we can fly into Mount Cook today. I still don't know where the Easter eggs are. Doc, no, this doesn't have auto throttle. It's got flight level change, and it's got MCT. That is it. The rest is down to us. As it stands at the moment, because we're still climbing, we can just leave it in flight level change mode, and it handles the climb really nicely. By itself. Look at that for a crosswind, 54 knots with an ever so slight tailwind component as well. Naveed, welcome to you. So in aircraft systems then, they've modelled quite a bit of stuff, so they've put custom codes in to try and get the cabin temperatures and everything to simulate in an accurate manner based on what you choose inside the flight systems here, the screens. There's the electrical systems as well with the batteries, and our fuel tanks with our little sort of fuel situation if you like too, and our flow. Interestingly, you can see the flow in the left engine is 60 pounds an hour lower than the one than engine 2, which is interesting. Steve, hello buddy. It is $24.99 US. It's very dinky, isn't it? And there's the hydraulics. Ice protection systems. And actually it's giving us engine temperatures, but also static air temperature and left wing temperatures as well. So we can try and perhaps even on the ground work out if we are likely to get something like hoarfrost or anything like that in real life. And therefore you can think about de-icing the aircraft prior to departure and all that sort of thing. What else do we have in here? Weather radar. Should have used that on the way out actually, that would have been quite cool. And inside the settings as well, we can stick the radar on. We'll put terrain relative to our aircraft as well. There's the traffic settings. Map sync. Won't worry about that. Map detail, most detail. Inset window, leg to leg. There's so much to explore with this. Add a wind vector in as well. There we go. Just at the top right. And we can also half screen it. So if we want to, we could put some other data on the right hand side. Let's see. So a lot of this is a little bit trial and error. That'll do. We'll keep it simple. We shan't mess around too much. Where's our checklist again? Gonna be descent next. Yeah, 24.99, and then you get that. There's a number of different liveries included. This is the pearl livery as well. This sort of weird pearlescent texture to it, which is really quite cool. In fact, that's a good way of showing it. Goes from that sort of deep purpley ruby colour into that sort of emerald green. Look at the shimmer on it. Does it have an auto trim, Chris? It does in autopilot modes, but beyond that, no. Hey, William, buddy, welcome. Apparently, the front design is based off a shoe. That's probably cool. Hugh says, how fast does this bad boy cruise at? Ah, William, no problem at all, mate. Good to see you back. It is 265 knots. You can press to switch to sort of Mach 6.4 by the looks of it, but depends on the the altitude and everything else as well. We need the weather. METAR NZMC. Winds 270 at 2, 20 kilometers visibility, broken cloud 21,000 feet. 8 degrees Celsius, plus 6 degrees, and a QNH 9 at 8.1 hectopascals. Wowzers. So not only is the temperature almost completely saturated, or the air completely saturated almost, only 2 degrees above dew point, low pressure is very, very low pressure as well. It's a VATSIM use only generated aircraft, sort of METAR. So you see here, it doesn't really climb that well at the higher altitudes. That's the only thing. I thought it was supposed to climb a bit like a bullet, but you can see now already at Goose, we should be at 34,000 feet. We're not quite there yet. Who knows how far it takes? It's suggesting top of climb in 1 minute 55 seconds. Although that is with the wrong altitude set. We want 350, don't we? Was it the flight level 340? There we go. So that's set, and it's showing us there. We've got 2 minutes to go roughly. In here we can see the options for Mount Cook, a couple of different frequencies. There's no charts available for it, sadly. All we've got is this runway data, frequencies, and then the airport information. That is all we've got. Showing us we've got 181 nautical miles to go. It's a little bit like a progress page as well, if you like. But we are going to have to, from RY, we're going to have to just fly it in manually ourselves. On Navigraph. So that's our departure done. You can see now, progress-wise, we're already a third of the way there. We're going to head over Christchurch. That's scenery coming soon by NZA Simulations. Can't wait for that. Then GUPUT, top of descent around about GUPUT, before we head down to Romeo Yankee, which is Mount Mary VOR 112.5. From there, we're going to head north into the valley. So there are no charts, as you can see here. This airport has no charts, no arrivals, no approaches. So we are blind. This dashed green line here is up to us. So what we can do is go to the world map and have a little look at what we've got around us. So Mount Mary, then Lake Pukaki, Bizel. So we're going to hit RY and then we're going to actually head over the lake. We'll use the lake as a reference point in, followed by this stream here. It's a very beautiful scenic route. It's Glen Tanner, little airstrip just where the cursor is. Tiny little strip, again no charts, but then we're going to head up towards Mount Cook Village. It's a very fun approach. If you've not done it before in MSFS, then you're missing out. Give it a go. Even without any scenery, it is just spectacular. Hugh says, how do you import flight plans into this? I haven't tried it, but there is no reason why you shouldn't be able to, what I understand, just get a .f flight plan file from SimBrief, import it into Microsoft Flight Simulator in the world map, and then load into the aircraft. It's saying 4 minutes to top of descent now. This is Mach 6.2. We can't set landing elevation because the fact we've got no charts, no data, nothing. So we're just going to have to leave that as it is. And then we've got engine anti-ice as required, altimeter set for descent. You'll notice the barometer on the top is not reset to standard. These two buttons here don't do anything, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully they can work on that in the future. Make welcome. I'm Cody's doing a flight Manchester to Zakynthos right now. Very nice. Hopefully you've got the new freeware, or the updated freeware Zakynthos, which is on flightsim.to. It was updated a couple of days ago. Badger, hello mate. Very good, thank you. Just doing some of your achievements in the new 737-600 Osprey livery. Very nice. The US tour or something else? Keep smashing that like button as well, folks. Only 23 likes so far today. See if we can get up to the usual sort of 100 if we can. That'd be great. There's our contrails. We dive back into the silence of a very nice, quiet aircraft. That's all we get. No procedures, no arrivals, nothing. But it's fine. Nothing we can't manage. And it actually flies an approach rather slowly as well. It's quite nice. Top of climb coming up there. Good to see finally. 1 minute 59. Almost at Messix. Though it is actually drifting beyond Messix at the moment, potentially. Let's keep an eye on that. I'm yet to get it to over flight level 400. Highest I've taken it is over flight level 3 something. 350 actually is the highest. But you can see our Mach is quite slow. We're coming towards the bottom of the flight envelope here. So I'm just going to use the opportunity to get to top of climb before we actually increase our speed. Ah, Badger, very nice. You're doing the Eurovision tool. Very neat. This one is an achievement for Osprey Airways pilots as well. If you fly a route over 50 nautical miles, so that includes then Queenstown too, into Mount Cook, and your landing rate is below 500 feet per minute, you will get the Mount Cook Award achievement as well. There we go, almost 500 to go. Lovely jubbly. It would be good to like have a way to actually be able to manually enter your landing elevation regardless of the airfield that we're flying into, but I guess Mount Cook today is quite a rare example. We'll let a lever off, and then we're going to let the speed sort of head up towards flight level 7, Mach decimal 72, that'll do. Look at that. Take that. We'll leave it in MCT until then. Why not? Yeah, landing elevation is 2153, which is why we want to be at RY at 5,000 feet. There's the mountains. Underneath that sort of ridge of cloud, we've got a 57 knot crosswind. You see the crosswind component there at the top of the nav display screen. You can also see the bug there. That's our track. That's where the aeroplane's going, and the centre of the flight directors here are where the aeroplane's heading instead. So our track is very, very... Well, it's quite significantly off to the left, actually, isn't it? It's 210 when we're actually heading 218. So it's 10 degrees of left drift that we've counted. But the aeroplane's handling it quite nicely, and in fact it is just sitting here quite smoothly at cruising altitude now for us. Cosmo, no I don't actually, to be fair. There's one of the custom views I set up for it, so you can kind of go tell camera watch the world go by. Always nice. A lot of aircraft on Balanta, and I don't know if they're going to be... No. Just me on my own. Me, myself and I. Everyone else is offline. Rotofib, hello! Very cool little jet. We'll have to check the progress of acceleration in a second. What's the longest we've flown in MSFS, Elliot? Probably about, is it 8.5 or 9 hours? We did Heathrow, I think it was. No, we did JFK to, was it Helsinki? Across the pond a little while ago. That was great fun. 686 for the Mach. Christchurch up ahead. Going to drop it out of MCT. Interestingly, there's quite a discrepancy between engine thrust. See if that restabilizes itself. Dedication, Jacob, love it. There you go, you're looking at cruising around Mach 70. 90.9, 90.2. Elliot, what sort of tips though? That's the only thing. just stick with it. It's probably the biggest tip I can give you. At times it can feel like it's very difficult, or particularly tiring, especially if you sort of initially when you set up sort of streaming as well. It can be really tough. The algorithms and things don't really help either, but stick with it. If you enjoy it, stick with it. You've got to enjoy it. That's one of the big keys to streaming, I think. Oh, Doc, the 787 ANA Star Wars liveries on approach. I'm gutted I was on night shift yesterday. I would love to have gone and captured that at Heathrow today. Relative no in real life. Saying that our stop of descent is in 3 minutes. Okay. Let's just enable VNAV then, shall we? So we can click VNAV, active VNAV waypoint RY at 5000, which is what we've asked for, and a 3-degree glide path angle as well. And it's given us a target vertical speed there. And it's counting us down now, 3 minutes 4 to go for that. Now we're not on VNAV at the moment, so there's the top of descent marker. Christchurch is just below. Let's see if we can see her. Ah, there she is. Right below the cloud. Very much looking forward to that NZA Simulations scenery when it comes for Christchurch. That's going to be really nice. Jacob, so tomorrow we're going to be in the Boeing 737. Probably Phoenix the day after potentially, but haven't quite decided what the next one is going to be. But yeah, tomorrow we're back in the wonderful PMDG 737-700, and we're going to be flying from Vienna to Zakynthos on VATSIM. On 48 top of descent, and we've still got that absolute whopper of a 49 knot crosswind at the moment, straight across the aircraft. HJet the Scottish Silkwing, hello to you, welcome. Not really having to faff around with the throttle or anything like that. We can see the VNAV as active now because we are kind of, we've got the little vertical deviation path there. Got 1 minute to top of descent. And then we're just going to enable VNAV and just see what the airplane does. See what it decides to do, how it decides to descend. By the way, when we get to Mount Cook, we'll have a little look around the local airport. Then what I might do, time permitting, if it sounds good to you guys, what I might do is I might jump into the High Performance Group 145, the H145 Emergency Services Kit, and we'll do like a little live rescue somewhere near Mount Cook Village, and then we'll fly to the hospital or something like that. We'll drop off at the medical centre, see how that works. I've only ever flown that once actually. God knows what happened, but we could give it a go. If that sounds like it'd be quite fun. Let's arm VNAV now because we are 10 seconds from top of descent. VNAV's armed on the top of the primary flight display. And I'm going to set 5 on the sort of flight control panel. There goes VNAV, it's gone green. And I want to get this down to 5 as quick as I can so that I can now think about reducing the throttle as well. Bring the throttle back. How's that for a noise? Very easy to learn this. By the way, if you want to hear it from the outside, we were cruising along like that. How's that for a nice little bit of change in noise? Chaz, welcome. Good morning to you over in Denver. Thanks for joining us. Keeping an eye on our speed. We want the seatbelt sign on as well because there's all that pea soup ahead. Aircraft systems. Is it in here? I can't remember now. System controls. Interior lights. Bing bong. Please sit down. Don't make me shake the control column. Speed bugs onto the landing page, and we want to get from sim. There's our approach speed and our VREF. So we click all on, and now at the very bottom of our PFD you can see the speed tape bugs that have appeared for us as well. So that's going to help with our visual approach too. Doc, it doesn't really matter. I think it's an A320 route in real life, but I'm fine with that. Plane updated to Windows 11, now FSX isn't working, that's not good, sorry to hear that. I feel like the rate of descent is exceptionally high at the moment, 2,200 feet per minute. What we're going to do is we're going to click speed select, we're going to set 255. Mizu, welcome. Very sleek indeed, saying got enough to get on with and learning, like the BA 146 from Just Flight, etc. But this looks just too good to pass up. Rotofib, this is the working title modded G3000 that they put into the aeroplane, which I think is in it in real life anyway, to be totally honest, from memory. I've watched one HondaJet video before, and it looks very similar to this. Very smart, all designed for single pilot use. That crosswind has dried, sort of dropped right off now to 24 knots, which is quite nice. ABSIM. Hello. Yeah, crazy. Right, what do we want here? We want 981 hectopascals. And that's going to change our VNAV. That's superbly low pressure. Insane. Oops, overspeed. That's dropped our rate of descent loads now. 7 minutes to bottom of descent apparently. And it's the aeroplane suggesting we need 3,500 feet per minute. We'll leave it set like that with throttle, I think, because it's just decelerating nicely here. Resync the heading. What was I in the progress of doing? 981, so we want to go PFD settings. 28906. There we go. That's all set as well. There's the VNAV arrow. Chasing that as we make our way down. You can see the VDEV path there showing that we've all of a sudden dropped above profile. It's a good job we put the seatbelt sign on. You'll find the links for this in the description down below, in addition to all the scenery that we're having a little look at today, or enjoying today throughout the flight. On the FlightFX website, you'll be able to head to their Discord server as well, where you can get lots of support and have lots of questions answered from those folks, including the developer Marwan as well, who created this. .264, that's looking quite stable actually, but we'll just give the throttles a nudge back a little bit. I don't think Romeo Yankee's coming up for a little while, so 30-mile range. This is quite an aggressive rate of descent. But then the VDEV is showing there RY at 5,000 bang on, so perhaps that is pretty good. We're going to have to change our throttle setting again in a second because the aeroplane is going to pitch up to capture our correct rate of descent now. Now we're back on profile. Well, at least it should be, but it's oh, there we go. Again, no auto thrust, so we're having to just keep an eye on the PFD here while it's doing its stuff. Make sure we don't lose speed or anything like that. The aeroplane's just trying to maintain its VNAV profile. Descent checks, engine anti-ice is required. We don't need to worry about that really at the moment. And altimeter's set with transition. Seatbelts adjusted and secure, passenger briefing. Or if we crash, we crash. Cabin signs as required, avionics is set, landing data set confirmed, we can't do any more, and CAS messages checked, we haven't got any. Approach briefing, it's a complete visual approach, manually thrown from 5,000 feet with the autopilot off inbound to Mount Cook, over the lakes, up the river, and then we should get visual with the runway. Missed approach is going to be flying max rate, and then it's going to be turned right into the valley to try and do a 180 back out. And then flaps take off and approach. We'll do that in a minute. There we go. There we go. Into the mountains. This is such a special approach. It's very cool. Quite tricky as well. You need the right aircraft for it. And this is probably one of the larger ones that you'd want to do it in. Thankfully, the performance of the aeroplane allows us to get in and out quite nicely. Big bump. Check the speeds. We're still 250, which is quite nice. Let's bring the speed selection down. I'll put it on 245 so we know that we're going to be below 250. Looking up as if it's an Airbus there. Tick landing lights and things on by accident. Essex Gaming, welcome. How's New Zealand? Always nice. Always nice. 5,000 to loose. Romeo Yankee coming up. Caution, master caution, ice protection not active, ice detected, tail. Wing anti-ice on. Oh, the ice is automatically switched on. Oops. Oh my god. Watch the click spots. Cool. There we go. So very quickly it's gone, oh, there's a little bit of ice in this cloud. And the automated systems for the ice protection have kicked in. The only thing I've had to do is turn on the engine anti-ice instead, which are off and on. Everything else, if you leave it on norm, it will be on by default. It's either norm or... Let's see, wing anti-ice norm, off or on. Heat zone norm or off. And same with cabin bleeds and everything else as well. From Romeo Yankee, we're going to want, let's just have a quick look here. SABDA 000 true. So I'm going to say 3, 4, 5 degrees. We'll call it 350 degrees. We'll see how we go from there. So I'm just going to set the heading bug there for us to assist with the turns that are coming up. Jeff, exactly, yes. Yeah. Good grief. Question is, folks, do you want to see a little bit of H145 action when we arrive into Mount Cook? You've got a couple of minutes to quickly decide. Let us know in the live chat. Where are we? Nav 1, standby, we will 25. Speed's still good. Going to have to go. VNav's looking quite nice at the moment, and we'll be clear of terrain. Jazz wants to see the 145. What we'll do is we could load in, because it will be in the New Zealand scenery, which is just beautiful, around the Mount Cook add-on. What we will do is select... Jeff, it's a helicopter. What we'll do is we'll do Mount Cook, we'll head to Glen Tanna, then we'll do a rescue mission from there, a dynamic rescue mission from there. Just to see how it all works. Right, speed, so let's bug down. Set 180. So now welcome. Look at that terrain. Just lots of red. We're off into the valley over there in a minute. Literally up that river, actually. That's where we're going. Not that one, actually. Where are we? To that one. So the VNav's taken us down a little bit quicker than we'd wanted to, I think. Which means we're just going to have to hold 5,000 feet. If we go from here, we go 270 degrees as we descend to 5. So heading mode. 5,000 coming up. Mount Cook, traffic, Osprey 165, HondaJet, inbound 5,000 feet, QNH 9 at 81 hectopascals, visual approach from Mount Mary to Mount Cook runway 31 visual. Mount Cook approach. Mount Cook traffic rather. We'll hold about 225 knots. Where's some horrible textures? How strange. Oh, ding! Weird. We are going up there into the mountains. Stephen, welcome. From about Glen Tanner, going to be into our descent. Critical Inception, awesome, yeah, I'd have loved to have caught that at work. That'd have been fantastic. Barrows are both set, and we're at 5,000. We'll leave that set for missed approach, so we've got some point of reference to climb to should we need it. And we will now go towards 180 knots. Let the speed come back itself. Jesus, Christopher, that's insane. And then we're going to want 320 degrees, looking at FMS. Letting the speed slowly sort of bleed off. Lake Bukaki at the moment, on the nose. That beautiful crystal blue lagoon. And then we've got that ice sheet here as well. There goes flaps on stage. Durbeck, because I've not had the chance to set the HondaJet up as an aircraft profile, sadly. And we're in the white band now. Let's turn in. Okay, before landing checks then, because we're almost at final approach, it's going to be landing gear down, speed, ret, flaps landing, or TO approach in ice, airspeed, VREF, and autopilot yaw damper disengage. So autopilot off, yaw damper off, gear down. Ideally I want the flight director off, but what you'll notice is it comes back on again. It's not ideal, it's not what we want. And the weird sort of textures there buffeting in makes it look a bit strange. Here we go, approach into Mount Cook again, New Zealand, live on the channel in the HondaJet, or the HJet as it's to be referred. So manually flying. What we'll do is we'll bring the range in a bit more as well, so we can see what's going on around us. There's a lot of red, which makes it a little bit distracting, but our job is to not be too distracted by that, I guess. Let's just try and trim nicely here. Hold about 140-ish knots. Here we go. Lots of snow. It's a crystal blue lake, usually as well. You know what we want? Sky dolly. Let me get that ready. Okay. Let's head down now towards some level of descent. Hit record on Sky Dolly. A very steep descent. Trim's a little bit frugal. A little bit crazy, I should say, actually, at times. Glen Tanner is... there it is. Beautiful little airfield there. With the little village. Mount Cook is on the nose. Pretty much what we want to do is head towards this bump. There. And then it's going to be a sharp left turn, followed by a very rapid touchdown shortly after that. 2,000 to go. Keep smashing that like button, folks, if you are enjoying today. We'll replay the landing as well once we touch down. And don't let me forget, before we do shut down the engines, I need to try and set a HondaJet in Volanta so that it records the aircraft type properly. Let's go full flap. Little bit of a balloon. Here we go. Look at that. That's a pretty cool view, isn't it? It's also very disorientating, so back in the flight deck. This is an uphill runway as well. 125 knots now, roughly. We'll keep the speed coming down. I can just about see the threshold of the runway around the middle of the screen. I'm going to make sure my view is reset properly, because I don't really like the default one too much. Reduce that rate of descent with a bit of power. Trim to sort of give myself a little bit less work to do as well on the aircraft for approach here. Look at that for an approach speed, 120 knots, and look how settled it is. I've trimmed it almost. Look at that. In fact, it is in trim. So I'm hands off at the moment. Quick check outside. Whee, looking nice. Gens, we've already just sort of discussed that. They will not turn off at the moment, sadly. So we can't. That's incredible. If I cream this, nice smooth buttery landing, I'll get the Osprey Airways Mount Cook Landing Award. Perhaps a little bit just lower profile slightly. Runway heading is set as well, gens. And have a little look on the PFD, you'll see that. We go. I see. Oh dear, he's floating, he's floating. Hold the float. Just hold the attitude. Yeah, boy! Oh, look at that. Minus 63. On the brakes. And spoilers deployed. EXT as it is known. I'll take that. Happy, happy, happy. Little turning point just here by the opposing end touchdown zone. Anyone know if, for example, Fenix will make an A320? Jacob's asking. That's a great question. I don't know the answer to it, but I would love to see a Fenix A321. Look at that. Such a cool aircraft. Oops, I've disabled the drone action. There we go. Okay, so thrust levers go to idle anyway. Brakes applied after touchdown. Speed brake EXT. On the checklist. And then there's after landing checks as well. Speed brakes RET. Flaps up. Cabin signs as required. Engine anti-ice as required. And trims go back to the green band. Oh yeah, a hectic night shift, and I've only had 6 hours in total over 2 days of sleep. 2.5 days of sleep. Been busy. Here we go, NZA Simulations Mount Cook Airport scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it is beautiful. Look at that. That noise. This is some of the most lovely scenery in a very remote part of the world that you can get currently in the sim. Rudon. I might have to get that 5 minutes ago. Well, that was a close one. It's almost like grating cheese against the wing, that. Where shall we park? Well, we've got our guys over there looking like they're ready to receive. And we are in the BizJet business, so we might as well go past and round. We could just park in a hangar, to be totally honest. I'm just going to ignore them, I think. Yeah, don't care about you. We'll whack her right at the front. Very sporty little thing, Badger, but so it's able to fly so slowly as well. Makes it quite cool. There we go, Osprey exec. We'll take you straight to the door. Park brake set, and you can see there the auto lights, taxi lights just turned off itself. Right. What we will do. Make sure landing rate monitor has recorded itself. Lovely, let's get rid of that. And we're going to hit replay. So, what view should we take? We want a landing camera, don't we? So we'll do drone follow mode off. Just before we do, look at this. This is such a cool piece of scenery. Those of you who haven't seen the little the preview I did of this scenery on the channel, go check that out. It is really, really special. Mount Cook. Out now, and it's available for MSFS thanks to NZA Simulations. She's dead impressed. She's just seen the butter. There we are, look at that. Even got smoke. How cool that is. Right. Let's go in here for tower view touchdown cam. First time in a while. Let's do that, shall we? And then in the aircraft, because follow mode's off, we want to set, I don't know, let's set a wing view. I think that. Something like that. Perfect. Back we go. And we hit play. Here we go. But what do you do at Mount Cook? Skiing and all that sort of stuff, I think. I'm not really sure. But it looks very nice. While this is doing it, I'm going to fix the, G. EVX. Nice to do something different on the channel as well, with a really cool aircraft. Mattman says Fabio's there in a Helio. He's on the US East server. Interesting. I might go on to multiplayer for the first time in a long time, but I won't be on the US East server, I don't think. I'll be on Europe West. My thoughts, if I have to listen to a pilot brag about this landing one more time, Matthew. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, straight to Mordor. Those sounds, so cool. That must be passing the valley now as well. By the way, when there's no snow, and this is sort of during summer season, this area of the world is just, it looks entirely different, but it is just incredible. But in snow cover as well, it's very cool. There's a rainbow. Look at that. Touchdown any second. Here we go. That was that little bit of power input I put in that wrecked that, I think, and just caused the float. But we touched down on the touchdown zone. Lovely. Okay, now we want ATC cam. Actually, let's just get out of the window because then we get more clarity. There we are. It says, we seem to be invisible. Oh no, there we are, we're just so small. Here we come. Oh, beautiful. Look how small it is. Want to see it off off snowy weather. Let's just go to clear skies then. Although Floyd's epic clouds. What do you know? There we go. How's that? You want to see Mount Cook in the summer. Let me increase the drone camera speed. No, that's weight. Whoops. Fat fingers. Look before you click. Look at that. Spectacular, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Electrox, yeah, good thing that fence is very low. Now I want to get a touchdown screenshot. So where's that touchdown zone? It wasn't that one, was it? Was that one? What we'll do is go to live weather again. We'll just get a replay of that before we snap out, and we'll go into multiplayer world. Blink. So we're using Sky Dolly for this. This is how I get some of my replay images and things set up. Like so. And then you can pause it. It's got a formation mode as well, which is quite cool. And what that does is it allows you to fly multiple different things, multiple different routes. Oh, look at that. Then we can go to drone mode, a little bit on follow, pause, play. Look at that gear animation. It takes the weight of the aeroplane. Oh, very cool. Grunt Thug asking, do I like the Dark Star? Don't really see the point in it, to be honest. I've tried to fly it once. That's about it. Right, there we go. Let's do shutdown then. So, all we've got to do, we make sure park brake is on. It is set 1 and 2. Lights are on auto, so they will deal with themselves. Sim options, sim actions, and there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mount Cook. Local time here is, I have no idea. Very cool. Look at that. Absolutely remarkable. Great fun on this little aeroplane in it as well, especially FlightFX HJet. Very special. Certainly gives you the ability to then come into these airports in jets rather than do some general aviation flying. It's rather nice. Right. Dive out. It's been a little while since we've been in the H145, so let's go off-piste and we'll have a little look at this. Top Gun Maverick. Right. Aircraft selection. Right at the top, wasn't it? There we go. Hems. I haven't got any sort of special liveries here. Helio Tago. We'll go with that one. Because everything else is in German. Okay, so we want to go into flight conditions. We want to go on to... Oh, we need to go into settings. Because I've turned multiplayer off, see. General options. Data, isn't it? That'll do. Look at that for points of interest in the NZA scenery. Very cool. So we'll start at Mount Cook. H4. Keep it on daylight, but with live weather on. And flight conditions, all players. How do you find out what server you're on? Oh, it's on this one, isn't it? West Europe. What should we go on? Is it West US? Oh, look at the ping though, it's awful. We'll do West Europe. In we go. Yeah, that ping for the US one is pretty awful. And the US East. Been a long time since I've been in the H145, the early access edition of the rescue pack. It's got like animated, what you call it. Paramedics. We'll go with that. Keep those likes coming, folks, as well. If you're watching in the background, welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the first section of today, flying the FlightFX HJet. Now this is a little bit of a bonus. We're going to jump in the 145 helicopter and buzz around Mount Cook for a bit, for 5, 10, 20 minutes, and explore what that has to offer as well, as well as the scenery too. By the way, disclaimer, I'm not great at helicopters. Who knows what's going to happen? I am not great. You're about to see what usually happens when I fly a helicopter and I try and record a video is I take after take after take after take till I get it right. It takes me a long time. Hopefully you enjoy it anyway. Whenever we do load, it's going to be good fun. We are on the multiplayer server now though, so if you're in the sim, you can join in and join the carnage. Ping is like how quickly you can connect. Oh, now it's raining. Brilliant. Good grief. Some pretty horrendous weather. Let's go out of live weather because it's pretty nasty. Let's go to Floyd's number 6. That'll do. Yeah, we're using my yoke with the Heli. Why not? What could possibly go wrong? Right, so Navigraph is already linked. We're not really bothered about that. We could play Flappy Bird. Aircraft, realistic, crew and payload. We'll do with that. Snow ski, might as well. We don't know where we're gonna have to fly. Kilos. Cool. Right. Have we got the ground equipment out of the way? Yeah. Wow, look at that. Very cool. Just bring this drone camera speed down a bit. I'm trying to remember how to do all this. Battery master. Audio test. 1 and 2. That's an arm. Arm. Static heating. Those on. Prime pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boss light. Put those on. That's unarmed. Now this is where we have to wait, because the aeroplane is trying to authenticate itself to make sure that I've got the license. And we've had to take the PMS 50 out because of issues with Sim Update 9. Who knows what happens. It should kick in, he says. If not, we'll fly it blind. Watching the warning lights come off. Just so you know, this is H145 is the payware edition. The only problem we're going to get here is potentially not going to get any of that stuff. So, E-connect. I'm sure there was a way to think. Globes landing. Just turn that off. Unintentionally searchlight. Log direction finder. It's been over 5 minutes, hasn't it? But I'm not going to consult the troubleshooting menu. We'll see what happens. Little control check. We'll just have to fly blind. Who knows? Right. Come on, girl. Told you I'm not great at this. Hope you guys have bought your sick pills. Okay, anyway, we've been scrambled. We've got to get to somewhere urgent, something, Glen Tanner. And we're heli-med, so we can do what we want. Yeah, boy. Off we go. What a weird twist of this weird direction the stream has gone. Well, the software's still broken, which is a bit frustrating. But it is what it is. Oh, yes, I thought I could hear an F-18. He's crashed. Who's that? I've not got name tags on. Damn it. Maybe I could jump out the sim menu. Hold on, stand by. Let me find out who you are. I'm floating in mid-air now. Where's multiplayer on? Traffic, here we go. Traffic nameplates. Gotcha. Boeing Nimble Chip. So Glen Tanner is over here somewhere, and then we've got the little village further down that we've got to think about sort of getting towards as well, where the medical centre is. I can't remember what that is, to be totally honest. It's near Twizel actually, so it's all the way down there. It's the other side of the lake. That's all good. We'll find it. This is such a vast area anyway at the best of times. Shame about the software not working, that's a bit weird. There's the road, we want to follow that. One thing I like about this, the NZA Simulations team have actually created the roads, they've modelled the roads in, and they've then also routed the traffic around them so that you can see them driving around fairly, well, yeah, reasonably realistically. That F-18, good grief. No, we're not on VATSIM now. It's been a long time since I've been on multiplayer. Good fun. Where are we going? Oh yes, we've got to follow the road a bit more. Got to go further down. Let's just bring up Navigraph so I can actually work out where we're going still. Oh yeah, got it. Easy peasy. There's a bit of smoke over there I thought I saw. Where is it? Over there, that's where we're going. Trim a bit of the trees. See a couple of people behind. Helimed inbound. Fantastic. Might as well just turn these systems off. How do I turn these off? Okay, well there's Glen Tanner Airfield, part of the scenery. And our trajectory is taking us down towards it. Look at those little huts with the smoke as well. So cool. Right, mission menu, and we can go no mission selected, hoist operations anywhere, pre-flight, hover, the crew is being hoisted down. So effectively, I don't know, we can say as a bit of an example, we're looking for a landing zone at the moment, folks. That's what we're doing. I'd like to do. That car park down below is where the incident is. Oh, you know what? We need to know where the auto hover is because I'm rubbish at this. Autopilot. Automatic hover. Lovely. And you know what? I'm concentrating so hard, you guys, because I don't want to cock this up. Oh, there's automatic hover modes. Yeah. Begin hoisting. That's a bit far. Here we go. God, that's a bold winchman. All the way down. Look at that, perfectly placed next to the hut. Don't know where the patient is. Sure he'll appear in a second. Oh, there he is. Oh, he had a cigarette in his mouth then. God, look at the state of him. Obviously being treated at the moment, so we're going to have to wait. Set GHTC target, that's fine. We've got to give him a little while. Because I'm the big guy, I can... Let's just be a bit cheeky here, like, you're right out there, mate. Lean out, see if he's okay. Bit of motivational support. Get that door closed. First time doing this live, by the way. And we'll fly to the Twizel Medical Centre. He's getting teabagged at the moment, isn't he? There he is. He's ready now. He's teabagged him, wrapped him up like a burrito, and the winch is coming down. Look at that. I love this scenery. It's so cool. Little cabins with smoke billowing from them and everything else. Very, very, very special indeed. Here he comes. Keep smashing that like button, folks. And if you are new to the channel, do hit subscribe as well. Look at that for some beautiful scenery. Do some rescue ops around. Alright, in the back then. Going to appear in a second. There he is. Doink. Oops. Jolly good. He's in. And then it's free flight again because basically they then say to us, right, you can go wherever you need to go to get the patient to safety. Don't want ground speed hold just yet. Interestingly, this is still broken, so there's obviously an issue with the software. Rather sad. What have we got here? Ground speed hold. Look at those crystal blue waters. Just stunning. Then we've got to go all the way down to the other side of the lake.
Good luck. Last I tried a hover, I did a good impression of Net One's cradle.
Fantastic. Look at this crystal blue water. This is why Mount Cook is so great, because in lots of different conditions, different times of the year, look how spectacular this looks. And NZA Simulations have done a load of ortho imagery and everything with this. It is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And it gives you the opportunity to do rescue ops. There's things on the tops of the mountains as well, little sort of tents and boot camps. Things where you can do ops in. Fly up to the tops of the peaks. What do we want here? So I want altitude hold. Let's do airspeed hold as well. The autopilot, we'll see what it does. There's the searchlight, the nighttime ops. We've got them all actually switched on at the moment. Gee, that's the thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Perhaps this will be our next group flight, some helicopter type stuff. It's a shame about that though. This message does not disappear. Consult the user guide troubleshooting section. No thanks. Into some rain. Fly where the people need us. Where are we? Bazel's on the right, so... Oh, thanks for the super chat, buddy.
I've made a video review on SoFly Storm.
V1 V2 Rate, welcome. Thanks for your super chat. Not quite sure if I'd ever use anything like that, to be totally honest. Storm presets. We've got Floyd Epic Clouds, which gives us some quite cool stuff. Then you can just go onto Twitter. There's a bot on Twitter, which you can punch in data, where you can have a little look, and it will give you the wildest weather in the world, and then you could just spawn in the sim with live weather and go through it. Interesting. But this road will take us straight to Twizel. Or is it Twitzel? I can't remember. I have set some custom views as well. Not a lot of medical stuff going on there. Ah, Rudin, no worries at all, buddy. Got any official helicopters yet? Oh, not sure. I'm not sure. When's native support coming? Is it Sim Update 10? Oh, Rudin, absolutely. Who doesn't? Not made of wood. Oh dear. Look at this, perfect tunes. We'll be flying back there after the stream, Bruden, to have a chat. Ask her what her favourite food is. And ask her if she saw my landing. That works, isn't it? Jacob. Pretty much like the Raw Variety Show, isn't it? But better, of course. Oh look, there's somebody in the Dark Star over there. Giuseppe fell. Here's the road. There's a town at the bottom here. We're on altitude hold mode as well, so the aircraft isn't, well, the helicopter's not going to climb. It's just going to hold the altitude we got. We don't know how high we are though, because it the systems aren't working. It hasn't been able to authenticate itself today, which is a bit strange. But we get to explore low and slow around the NZA Simulation's Mount Cook scenery, and it is stunning. We didn't know we're on the. Oops, I'm in his face. We're on the West Europe multiplayer server for this. A little bit of helicopter buzzing. We've just, yeah, we've turned off. We've come off VATSIM for it. There's the town. And the medical centre is in there as well. Hugh, have I tried firefighting today? No. Don't know what that is. Grunt. Sounds like it, yeah. I was asking how was the HJet. It was absolutely great fun. We flew into Mount Cook, and now we're sort of making use of this beautiful scenery. We're flying the H145 into the Twitzel or Twizzle Medical Centre down here. Oh, Hugh, not sure about that then. I thought I was having things kept up to date, but perhaps not. Final push, folks, see if we get to 100 likes. Cruise site heading hold, ground speed hold, automatic hover. Trying to remember where the medical centre is now. It's near, where is it? It's a chuffing big building somewhere. There it is, right on the nose, that multicoloured building there. I think that tiny little one there, I'm sure is the medical centre. We will buzz past and have a little look. You can tell I don't fly these often because I am absolutely concentrating. What a magnificent part of the world. Yeah, that looks to be it. Yeah, there's the little smoke trail as well from the chimney. And there's the helipad. Got to try and get it on the helipad now. This is what I struggle with the most. So, don't laugh. Every laugh is a like. You're gonna have to rate my landing. You're the helicopter pro. Oh my god. Here we go. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. Come on, girl. Quite a bit of left, I say rudder, but I can't remember what it's called in the choppers. Get to the chopper. Come on. I don't even know what my attitude is because of the system's not working. That'll do. I think we're down. Oh, I'll take that. Perhaps a bit tail backwards. Right, now these guys... Oh, we're sponsored by BP, lovely. What is it called? No, it's none of these, it's mission menu. Okay, so to get them off basically, we go to flight idle. Is it? Yes. Oh, Hugh, thank you, buddy. Sounds. How'd you drop the patient off then? They're not in any rush, are they? Oh well. Autopilot lights, landing strobe, anti-collision. Jolly good. Oh well. He hasn't. They haven't bothered getting him out, so he's obviously in the forever box. There's Twizel Medical Centre. There we go. hopefully you guys have enjoyed today's stream. Something very, very different to what we usually do. Of course, living in the airliners, we've done the HJet by FlightFX and Marwan Gharib or Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's available now in the MSFS marketplace, and we've done that beautiful route from Wellington, Flightbeam Studios, fantastic scenery, to Mount Cook. Beautiful touchdown, and then we've explored this NZA Simulations Mount Cook scenery with the H145 EMS sort of Helimed pack. Thank you very much for watching. Join us tomorrow, usual time, 1 PM British summertime, UK time, 1200 UTC. We're going to be live in the PMDG 737 for a really nice Austrian Airlines flight from Vienna down to fantastic Zakynthos with a nice technical approach. Hit like before you head off if you've not done so already, and the subscribe button as well. Give it a little tickle, give it a magic rub. Genie might pop out if you've not subscribed already, and I'll hopefully see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you then. Take care.